conspiracy. As for the head coach, Chauncey Billups has been linked to an anonymous bettor who would tell other bettors that Portland would tank, as well as revealing certain players would miss multiple games in the 2023 season. This was a part of the backdoor deal to help bettors he worked with to win prop bets. He was also involved in rigged high-stake poker games with the Mafia, in which multiple other famous former NBA coaches and players participated. LeBron for sure. I can see LeBron being like, what? He's like, what? LeBron's like, you Italian and a mobster? Let me get in on the hand. Brony's in the back dribbling. I can see LeBron doing it. Also, I bet Michael was there. Trying to tell me Michael Jordan was in those Mafia card games. Yeah. Right. Following Chauncey, 14 Mafia members were arrested in New Jersey for running a multi-million-dollar sports betting ring that involved several NBA and college players. One of the highest-paid sports players of all time, Shohei Ohtani, the rat himself, recently faced a scandal that cost him millions. Ipe Mizuharu, Shotani's interpreter, that followed him everywhere as he repeatedly interviewed. Because Shotei is very wealthy, his interpreter was also paid pretty fucking well. However, his salary wasn't enough, and he went behind Shotei's back, stealing nearly $17 million directly from his bank account. Oh, I'm sure. I'm gonna go in speculation time here. Because he gets 2 years in prison. You think Otani's not going to be like, I'll give you $50 million. I'm going to give you $50 million if you go 2 years in prison. The guy's like, I get to retire. 2 years of not doing anything, laying on my ass in prison, just trying not to get... That's it. That's all I have to do. Come on. Back in 2002, 3 friends were charged and sentenced to multiple years in prison for wire fraud because they were caught rigging horse bets. A 2002 horse bet ring? Come on, man. That's sick. One of the friends, Chris Harn, worked for a company called Autotate, which managed all horse racing wagering for the major races. While working, he noticed that there was a window after the races ended between when the bets were placed online and when the actual money reached their system. So, he placed bets for himself and his friends on the 2002 Breeders' Cup and win in. After the race was over, he would change their bets and win big. In the end, their $1,000 bet turned into $3.1 million jackpot, and they began celebrating their newfound riches. However, it was never paid out because they got caught.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Are you kidding me, dude? They got it fair and square. The horse they chose had 43-1 odds, and he was the only person to pick all 6 races correctly. A bit greedy. It soon became apparent that he had cheated, and once the FBI concluded its investigation, all 3 men pleaded guilty to their charges. After their sentencing, all their winnings were redistributed to 78 bettors who had correctly picked 5 of the 6 races, and the horse racing industry quickly upgraded its betting software to prevent something like this from happening again. One of the worst things about becoming entrenched in the world of high-stakes sports betting is simply the fact that even a casual game of football suddenly becomes the most stress-inducing event of your fucking life. There are countless videos of people losing large sums of money betting on sports only to ruin everyone's day by screaming like a maniac and breaking objects. Many TVs have lost their lives in the process. One man who bet money on the Super Bowl erupted into tears and threw a tantrum in front of all of his co-workers after losing his entire paycheck on the Super Bowl. He shouts about how he'll never watch a football game again as everyone films him and cracks jokes at his expense, which I would have done the same. Many sports gamblers take their anger out on the watch party, as it's now become more common for people to send furious messages and straight-up threats to athletes after losing bets. 23-year-old Ben Parlay Pats, for example, was caught using anonymous Instagram accounts to say horrendous things to athletes, going as far as to threaten to break into their homes and behead their entire families. Good old Ben Parlay, huh? This is such a big problem that the NCAA had to run the Don't Be a Loser ad throughout the March Madness, which was essentially an anti-harassment video urging people not to abuse players due to sports betting. Hey, could you not cyberbully these 18-year-olds on live television? Thanks. If you're struggling with a gambling addiction, make sure to reach out and get help. We'll even put a little link right here. I mean, who knows? I'm telling you, at least with all the odds that I can read, I bet you 1 in 5 Papa Meat viewers are a gambling addict, so... Here's your link if you need help. After all, the world of sports betting has gotten out of hand, and there's no telling how much worse it's going to get. What is now a billion-dollar industry is set to continue to grow and become an inescapable part of our daily lives. So, do whatever you can so you don't overindulge in it. Just because it's more common doesn't mean it's any less dangerous, y'all. Stay safe, keep your wallet intact, and for the love of God, maybe just watch the superhumans play sports for fun. Alright? We will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
I don't believe that there is an addiction to mobile betting any more than there is an addiction to utilization of your phone for any other reason.
You don't think adding a layer of betting makes the phone more addictive than just tooling around Instagram?
No. There is problem gambling. It is a real problem. Whether it's gotten bigger or it's just become more noticeable because sports betting is legal, I think is an unknown.
Really? Welcome back to the Papa Me channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come in and sit them down because today we're diving into the cringe-inducing world of millennial core. Now see, I'm a Gen Xer. Growing up with the Gen Yers or the millennials, you could tell there was a storm brewing. A storm built on Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the biggest proponent of what makes us millennials. Are millennials the worst generation?
Oh, I'm a millennial.
Hey, what's up, Jacob? How
Hi.
you doing?
What are you watching?
What's up, Zoe? I'm watching Papa Meat.
You know, I think boomers are. Everyone blames boomers for how the world is now.
Hello.
Boomers?
Yeah.
How you doing, Jacob?
In recent years, there seem to be growing
How's your day
between
been?
generations. Constant
My day's been pretty good.
criticisms get thrown around, from Gen Z being coddled and lazy to boomers being responsible for ruining the entire economy.
They're selfish.
They're shellfish. Though these
Hi from Pennsylvania.
Yo, what's up,
67.
Thomas? How you doing?
That's nice.
debates
68.
will likely never end, one thing's for sure. Millennials are getting hit from all angles. It is an impossible battle. You're going to lose, all right? I feel like the majority of my viewers are millennials. It's a losing fight. Give up. Millennials, or those born from 1981 to 1996, get told they're lazy and have weak work ethic from boomers, and some even blame them for ruining the economy. Meanwhile, we're now seeing more and more of Gen Z go after them as well for being obsessed with nostalgia, being out of touch, and worst of all, being cringe. Which, listen, generational hate, it just happens. It comes with the territory. It's like being fans of a sports team. You have your home team and then you hate everybody else. That's what it's supposed to be. Who's gonna win? And inevitably, the oldest knows that they're not gonna win because they're dying. The youngest is always the one that's gonna win because of their whole lives ahead of them. And now millennials are in this spot where life has kind of kicked them around a bit. And there's still a little bit to go. Maybe your kids hate you. Maybe you're divorced. These are all possibilities for millennials right now. Right?
Student loan, your $200,000 student loan.
Student loans, and now you doing random sounds with your random facial expressions, or doing really cringe content in your car, which millennials love to just sit in the driver's seat of their car and perform Jim Carrey inspired comedy sketches. Or baby. That's another big thing. Millennial women love to do like the baby thing.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm a little baby.
Horrible. You know, we're just a quick. I have a little pipe bomb here of millennial cringe. Every once in a while, if I do this, that means I'm gonna hit you with a millennial cringe pipe bomb. Uh-oh, here comes one now. It's horrible, isn't it? I'm blinded. And I'm like, get me out! Get me out! Millennials are the new boomers, and the roasting has reached its peak, with Gen Z now labeling their embarrassing antics as millennial core. Millennials seem screwed no matter what they do in any situation, and today we're gonna ask the question, is the recent criticism towards millennials warranted? Are they the worst generation? And is millennial core the worst thing to happen since, I don't know, the plague? Short answer, yes, it is. It's very bad. They are very, very cringe, and nobody is contesting this, so let's laugh at them together, right? Right? First off, how many millennials do you think are going to watch this and get very offended? It's almost like a race war. You notice that? The Latin Kings versus another thing. It's very much like that, where like millennials will be like, so they're trying to cancel Eminem, huh?
Now listen up, Gen Z, because I've had enough of it. This whole cancel culture. Damn, y'all are so sensitive.
Good luck with that.
I hope every single millennial watching this gets pissed off and writes a horrible, hateful comment.
And then actually, if you are a millennial, leave nothing but hate comments.
Dispatch, this Marine 1. Suspect still in the water. Head.
I like to read.
What's up, Godspeed? You like to read? Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We don't want to hurt the video. We're just saying that, you know, it'd be funny if someone comes to this video and then there's just 10,000 comments of someone being like, this is ridiculous. First off, trying to cancel Eminem? I doubt it.
Listen, little kitties, let me make this quite clear. This man was around even before you were here.
Well, the room's a little shady. Please stand up. Really gotta get your mojo flowing. Very sad and quiet. But first, we should ask ourselves, what in the hell is millennial core? The term millennial core comes from younger people reacting to how simply cringe millennials are in literally every way imaginable. There's no way out of it. In every way, millennials are cringe. Now, of course, every generation is bound to become cringe at some point, but sometimes it seems like millennials are fundamentally, objectively cringe no matter how you look at it. It's almost like a sport. It's almost like it is some kind of
It's almost like you live with Stephen Hawkins.
That's what they love. They love to be
Yep.
cringe. But I think it's because they were raised on movies, once again. Really blame the Jim Carrey effect, you know, the late 90s, early 2000s comedies. Look at them. And then look at how people, of course, they're emulating what they saw.
That's what I used to do. I used to watch just rom-coms and copy to pick up women.
Name one example.
Well, this isn't like picking up, but you know how...
Oh, that's alright. You're going back on what you said. But...
Gone Girl, there's a scene where...
Okay, first off, not a rom-com. Well, I just want to put just immediately that Gone Girl is not a rom-com, okay? It's a tragic, that's a horror movie, basically, but go ahead.
I forget why he does it, but he like grabs her chin and pulls her in and kisses her. We went and saw Gone Girl, and I was like, oh, I'm going to use that. And I thought it was...
How did it work?
It didn't work.
Yeah.
She didn't text me back after.
Did she fake her death and everything, too? Yeah.
I used to work with her. She didn't show up for work.
Hope you're alive. This video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. A well-lived life starts with rest. Nothing feels as good as waking up on a mattress. She says, first, I'm getting there ready for Monday. Now back for anthropology just on Disney adults. I would take that class. I would absolutely take that class. I'm gonna look like, when I'm older, I'm gonna look like the Jurassic Park guy, except I'm gonna have just a giant 70 acres of just obese Disney adults.
And then instead of like having a mosquito in the orb, it's gonna be the Mickey ears.
It's gonna be a half-eaten bit of like a churro that someone ate, whatever. I'm like, this has DNA on it, Sonny.
So wait, if you made a park, would it be a park filled with Disney adults?
It would still literally just be the wilderness.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd be walking around. But it would be like something where like everything's made of churros and they'd still have the fans that like make things smell like cinnamon and stuff. And there'd be like one CR TV that's playing for like Aladdin. That's what it'd be. And they would evolve him, they would be like the giant Disney doll with like a giant neck. Eating from a churro tree. Welcome. And the Disney adult phenomenon started with millennials refusing to let go of their childhood and making it their entire personality, right? People translating, that's why Disney adults are so fascinating, is it's translating trauma from your childhood, using your safety blanket, which was Disney movies, as your entire personality now. The thing that made you feel that good, trying to reject all the bad things. Listen, I'm not a psychologist, but I just nailed it right on the fucking head. All right? And one man claims that the cringe millennials you'll see online are the equivalent to anime kids you used to see in school back in the day, like Naruto running the lunch line, who's holding like a giant binder, the thickest binder you've ever seen. 3 textbooks. Running to the line, as if it's going to run out of food. Well, that's because I like have so many minutes to eat, so I like to make sure I get there first. Squirrely. Okay, I want to make a public service announcement. Also, public service announcement. If you have a child, tell them, be like, don't run the lunch line. If anything, if you're there first, just wait a second. Let a couple people trickle in.
I didn't use a locker, so I put every single book in my backpack.
Why didn't you use a locker?
I didn't get assigned one, and I never asked.
Why didn't you just ask for one if you weren't assigned
I was
one?
too shy, so I just lugged around a giant backpack.
You went to the principal. God bless this Jim. You ever seen Gone Girl? He said, what the hell? Yeah, they probably thought that you were like one of those army kids.
The ROC?
The ROTC kids, whatever. They had like the military backpack and you had combat boots on. You were like walking through the school. That's it. Kept trying to Gone Girl all the lunch ladies. Rubbing their chin hairs and stuff. Naruto running the lunch line and making animal noises when getting too close, right? Basically what we call autism now, which we weren't really savvy on back in the day, which is true. You sat there, a girl would come to school with cowboy boots on and claim that she was a witch and cast spells at people. We called that person... That was rude. That's not even me saying that now. That's me reflecting and being like, that's just what happened. Is that nice, Nick? No. As a child, though, can you comprehend what that can do to somebody?
Yeah.
You can't. Right?
No.
No, you can't. You can't. All you can do is you're just watching MTV. I'm watching Next on MTV, and I'm just being like, oh, yeah, that person is rude.
What is it? The Disney Channel, the cool one.
Disney. Oh, Disney XD?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cool one. Wait, what was the cool Disney? Were they the ones who did the... Come here, Manny. When you're the most documented generation to exist, it's only a matter of time before every aspect gets picked apart. The millennial whoop, for example, is a cliche that gets made fun of often. Gen Z referring to the melodic pattern tons of millennials pop songs use, where they shout things like, whoa, during choruses rather than using actual words, right? Remember Fun? That was fun. Remember that? The worst generation of music, I will say by far, is from like 2009 to like 2013. Awful.
Name one song.
One bad song? I mean, any fun song, any Imagine Dragon song. Do you know which actually song fucking pissed me off the most, to be honest? The one that was like... whatever.
Yeah.
So...
Is .tvwyjelly.roll.
Mm-hmm. It's Jelly Roll.
Follow close, my dear.
Mice and Men or something.
Is that what I... So, what of my... That one pissed me off to no end. Retrospectively, I can look back and appreciate LMFAO a little bit, just for what it was. But I remember in the moment, I was like, get me the fuck out of here with these goofy CeeLo Green's Pew. Whenever I was younger, when I was like a fat little boy, I was like, like twerking to it. Fuck you! That was me. But now looking back at it, horrible.
Huge millennial core energy right there.
Yeah.
I see you driving around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you.
It's big old girls and big old boys. Listen to that too. Word! As if like that's their thing. The people who rejected them, that's what they're thinking. And I'm like, it isn't definitely that you're a donkey tooth fat. You like look in the mirror. You broke my heart. I'm trying to think if there's any more songs actually.
Katy Perry's California Girls.
California Girls was terrible. I like Dark Horse. I like Extraterrestrial. I didn't like Fireworks though.
Oh, I like Fireworks.
I didn't like Fireworks. Don't piss me off.
Did you like All American Rejects?
I had a Rhapsody MP3 because my family didn't want to buy me an iPod. And it came with that song. When darkness turns to light, it ends tonight. If that's millennial core, then I'll be millennial core all day.
I remember listening to that song. I was like, this is the greatest song ever.
It's so deep. I think my Rhapsody, I think I had 4 songs on it. I didn't have internet, so I could only get it whenever I went to my friend's house. And they were like, what? Is it just iTunes? And I'm like, no, it's a Rhapsody. And I had like, it took forever to get songs on it. So I had the All American Reject song. And Chevelle, I Get It. Good one. And then I had Mudvayne's Dig. And then I think I had Crocodile Rock, Elton John. Very strange for an obese little boy to have, if I'm being honest. My dad thought I was gay for the longest time when I was younger. Did I tell you this? I thought I was gay, and then in high school, or then in college, I told him I was gay. It's a whole story, it doesn't matter, but, yeah. He sat there looking at my phone, my Rhapsody, and he was like, Mudvayne cool, and he's like, Elton John, Crocodile Rock, what the f*** are you doing? And I was like, big, and little ape titties. Yeah, dude. You can keep or remove, I don't know. You can do whatever you want to do. There are also millennial pauses, which refers to when an older millennial films themselves and pauses for 1 to 2 seconds as their brains register that the video is recorded so they can start talking. You know, a lot of people call that prep work, but it is the millennial pause where before they go, they do, hey, how's it going, man? You see it a lot in cameos. Cameos is a big thing. Sarah, millennial pause. I think that literally because movies back in the day, like a newsroom would be,
oh.
I legitimately think that's what the millennial pause originates from. It's gotta be like, 3! And then the person starts talking. Versus new generations that grow up like, oh, when I click this, it's immediately going, so I can be like, hey, how's it going? Immediately. I think people are like, I need just a second to prepare. Because also, too, I think that they jump the gun, so when they start recording, they cut themselves off. So it'll be like, hey, Sarah, but it'll be like, hey, Sarah, or whatever. I feel like I'm really dissecting this whole phenomenon pretty good. Younger generations look at these people as geriatric or technologically inept, despite being one of the first generations to fully grasp the technology. Which isn't fair because in the millennial generation, you have to understand, there was probably 25 waves of technology. Home phones, wireless phones, wired computers, wireless computers, laptop. I mean, it was fucking everything. I remember someone was just like, you had a trackpad. And I was like, what? It's like, so you just use your fingers for it. And I was like,
did you have an IBM computer? The little red thing in the middle?
I hate that. Those are still kind of around.
People love those. They
The
say they're way better.
ThinkPads, that's what they're called.
ThinkPads, yeah.
Which is what every car salesman has. There are just some minor grievances that a lot of people have, but the most egregious offense of millennials comes when we dive into millennial humor. This would not be a thing, honestly, if the millennial humor was not the essence of hate. I think people would get past the millennial pause, and people would be more empathetic, but because of the millennial humor, it ruins everything, it spoils the bunch, right? It's like the new generation, the kids that have brain rot, Italian brain rot, all that.